Hey, welcome back, my fellow World Warriors, to another Street Fighter Duel video. Now, the reason I say World Warriors is I kind of feel like this game is a little bit of a celebration of Street Fighter, and hopefully, we're all still enjoying this game. I know that a lot of people are really upset about this event, and there's really no free to play way to get Ken. People saved up their rubies or their gems, whatever they're called, diamonds. I think they're called gems, but you can't actually use them to summon Ken. I 100% get that, and I understand why people are mad. But I think for me, I just kind of see this as the nature of a free to play game. Um, I understand that he's pay to win or pay to get or whatever it's called. But I always go into these kind of games thinking like long term, thinking like, hey man, they're it's a trick. They're trying to somewhat trick you into spending money, and some games do it well, and you're glad to spend money. But this, I understand that this is a little severe the way that they're kind of doing this. But at the same time, I'm kind of like we don't really know everything about the event right now, so I'm kind of just like chilling and waiting to see what's gonna happen. Now, personally, I don't really like this design. I'm not a super huge fan of Monster Hunter. Like I understand the game and I like the gameplay and everything, but I'm really not a super huge fan of this design. So to me, it's kind of whatever. If we are actually getting Akuma next week, I actually would be more interested in Akuma. This Ken to me seems kind of like an edge lord or something, and like the design with all the tentacles and whatnot, the claws. I kind of don't really like that. So I'm not really too upset if I don't get a copy of Ken. But as far as the event goes, there's a lot of stuff here. Like it's still locked. Like I don't know if you can even check the map yet. Yeah, you can't even check the map yet, so I don't really know how many things we're gonna actually be able to get. But we still have to wait 4 days for this one and 8 days for this one. This one I thought was pretty good. I think we only get one tier, dragon tier, but we did get a bunch of other rewards, and I feel like I got a lot of summons out of that. And right now, a lot of my units are actually doing pretty well. And there's this area up here. We got summons, and then we got that bone currency. So that bone currency, I'm getting so lost in this event, guys. Here, so this bone currency is essentially it's a lot like the Rose event with the fortune telling thing, the tarot cards, and you're gonna be able to change for rewards here. So speaking of that fortune telling event, let's go and check that out for a second here. What I ended up doing is instead of trying to go for either Rose or Jury, like I kind of would have gone for them, but someone on Reddit pointed out that these are actually pretty good and that you're actually going to be able to get a lot of these. And so this is what I actually went for. So I think I've been doing pretty well with these. Like I've been able to max out a bunch of my, those default characters that you get. So if we go to Awaken here, you can sort by element. So I got my Ryu and my Sakura done. I got Ken, Hakan, and Relento done. And I also have Ibuki and Cody done. So I think my Rufus is almost there ish. So honestly, like I feel like that part of it was pretty good. So for me personally, I'm just seeing this as a way to power up my weaker fighters since I've been like mostly free to play for at this point. So to me, I'm seeing this as a way to power up my fighters. So here we kind of have another chance of getting these. Now it only takes 15 and you get 3 of whatever faction you want. So I think I'm going to go for that mostly. In terms of these fighters, you know, I understand that they're good, but I don't really feel the need to try to get them right now. To me, this game is just going to be a long run game. These tokens here, I think this is actually a better deal because you're getting 15. You're paying 15 for 3, which is the same price, but these are guaranteed to be B. Actually, it's not even B. It's just specific units. So actually, this isn't even probably not even that great because it's only the sort of like the bottom of the barrel units. Granted, you can use these to upgrade your other units, so in a sense, it could be good. And So the argument that I'm kind of making here is that these are B grade fighters, and with these you kind of have the chance of pulling C. You do have the chance of pulling A as well, but I think overall the B grade fighters are going to be better because once you max them, you can use them to upgrade your other better units, your A class units, the ones that start off as A. So I think that's what I'm going to go for. This top thing here, it's not really like, it's just a cosmetic, but you should be able to do this. I think my calculation was it should take 9 days. No, or is it 9 times? So 5 times 3 times 3. So yeah, 9 days. Should take 9 days. So I think we all have plenty of time to be able to do this. Um, and then going back to the hunt mode, I think people are like overreacting about this a little too much. This is basically a team. I don't know if it's like server based or global based, but it seems like if I go to leaderboard here, I do have a server score, but not a global score. Actually, no, yeah, I have a server rank, but not a global rank. So I maybe it just hasn't calculated my exact rank yet, but for the server it might just be easier to calculate. But it seems like this seems like a group event. Uh, when I hit it, I think we got it down to like 85, and I woke up this morning it's at 26%. So I think we should be able to do this one time within like a day or two. So I don't think it's too crazy to be able to get 6 kills when we have 14 days. I think we should be fine with this, to be honest. Um, the thing too is like a lot of people are saying you can't pull with gems, but you can challenge this with those same gems you saved up. You can do the challenge. So I don't understand what the problem is. You can we're I think we're most likely gonna get to the 6 kills by the end of the event. So we should all get 2, 4, 7. I think we should all be able to get that by the end, and then we get a bunch of gems and a bunch of the bone. I guess these are spines. I don't know what these are. Monster bones. So I don't really see a downside of this event. So we have 7 here, and I think there were 3 more somewhere else. Here, there's 3 more, so that's 10. We all get 1 pull of the event. I think that should be fine. Uh, like, not that it's fine that we're all gonna get Ken, but I think that's fair enough. I understand again that there's no unlimited way to keep pulling, even if you have gems. But I don't really see the gems in this game as being equal to like a different game where because you kind of need to keep pulling in this game. It's not like you are pulling a specific character. You kind of really need to keep pulling copies. So your gems are going to be spent, or really are going to be spent on progressing through the game more so than pulling specific characters. So I feel like this game works a little bit different. And also at the same time, there is another spot here where the missions unlock, more missions unlock depending on what star level you're on. So again, I understand that some people probably made it further, but I feel like we're not seeing all the missions just yet. So yeah, I I my approach for this is just to kind of wait and see what happens. Again, I know we're probably not all gonna get Ken. There's a possibility that we might get the Ken. Who really knows? Uh, but I'm just like not trying to overreact about this. I'm just trying to enjoy the game, and I'm trying. Like I feel like everybody's overreacting, and it's kind of ruining the game a little bit for me. Just the fact that people are being like super negative and like being like, oh my god, they're not giving us anything when they've been giving us like a ton of like free pulls, a ton of gems, a ton of like resources for us to progress in this game. And I think while I do feel like I've hit kind of a wall, I feel like I could with some effort I could pass the wall if I really wanted to right now. But overall, I feel like this game is being generous enough where I don't feel like we need to be getting a free collab character. Honestly, this collab seems like it's a little bit fast. Like we're only like 2 or 3 weeks into the game. It's a little early for me personally to be having a collab already. And then the one other thing I wanted to mention also is with I have some screenshots here. So again, yeah, people are saying this event is unfair, and I kind of just wanted to mention my 14-day pack. I didn't end up making it. As you can see here, I was 5 points off. And I actually would have gotten this if I didn't have to work like right before the reset, but I just barely missed it. I think I would have gotten it. But this, I feel like the fact that they gave us the 7-day pack and then they surprised us with the 14-day pack kind of shows us that they might actually surprise us with this event and have some decent stuff come out next week. You know, they don't want to reveal all their cards at first so that the whales and whatever can spend the first week if they're being impatient. But if you're just patient enough to wait out a week, there might be something that we get next week, or we might get like 10 more Dragon Tears or something like that. Or we might get some stuff, we might get some unlocks that we've already unlocked by the time the event comes out, and then we can just claim it by the time, they tell us what the rewards are going to be. So you just never know with this. Like, I don't think all the stuff is revealed yet. I think we still have a pretty decent chance of at least getting one copy. As free to play players, I think we kind of just want him for the collection. But obviously, if you really want to build him up to like triple S or however far you can get him, you're going to have to spend. That's just how it is, guys. I'm sorry about that. Like, I understand that, we can't spend gems on him. Like, people saved up gems. I totally understand that. But I think since this is a collab character, I'm not really expecting him to be necessarily an always available unit. So I think maybe with Akuma coming out, if he does come out next week or soon, I think he should be, even if he's not like always available, I think he should be part of the core game since he's like a core Street Fighter character, and there should be ways to pull him, as we progress further and further into the game, we're going to be able to pull certain copies, like more and more copies of him. So I am not really too upset about not being able to get this Ken. And I kind of just wanted to go through this. There were some things that were really hard for me in this 14-day growth pack. This War Dance Soul, I don't even know where it was. I pushed myself to finish the Arctic Lake, and it turned out to not even be this Fighting Soul. It was like something else. So I was a little bit upset about that, because I would have definitely made it if that was the case, if I could get it from there. This I still don't really have any SS fighters, so yeah, that was kind of impossible. But like, again, there was other ways to get all these missions done, so I wasn't really too upset about that. And then, so yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention is for the S plus fighters, I ended up awakening with some units I didn't want to use up, so that kind of sucked. But it is what it is, man. I had to do what I had to do to be able to almost make it. And I feel like it kind of taught me a little bit about how the game works, and basically that you're gonna have to make some sacrifices if you want to get some of the stuff here. And then I kind of just wanted to show this, like, not that I really care that much about Dan, but I kind of just used Dan. And I was like, you know what? I think it's worth sacrificing 2 A plus Dans for and I think it was an S Mad Ryu. And I was like, you know what? Let me just do that. I'll get Dan back eventually. It's not that big of a deal. And now I have a much better Mad Ryu, so it is what it is. And I almost decided, you know what? I kind of want to save a Dan. Let me use up my Elena. And then I was just like, I'm not going to use up an Elena just to save a Dan. No way. So yeah, that's kind of the way I'm thinking about this, guys. Is yes, it does seem pretty bad right now, but I feel like if we just wait it out, they might be generous and give us more stuff. They might, not just give us more missions. They might just send some extra Dragon Tears through mail. They might send some extra gems. Like, hey, we know you want to challenge the hunt a few more times, so we're just gonna send you some gems. I think in terms of challenging this, like, guys, I wouldn't say like 100 gems is like not that much. It's 1/27th of a pull. I would say that if you're kind of, and I think the refresh is about to happen there. I think if you're kind of saving too many gems, the refresh ended. So if you're saving too many gems for like, because you think Akuma's coming out and you want to save for him, I think we're gonna keep getting a lot more gems along the way. So I personally am not gonna be doing that. I'm gonna try to keep it a little bit over 2,700, but I'm not gonna be saving up like tens of thousands of gems just to pull on what might be a future banner, and then they decide, oh, it's not gonna be a gem pull, it's gonna be something else, right? So, guys, just try to be patient with the game. Think of the long term. Don't get too upset because you can't get every character because every event isn't perfect. While this event isn't as good as it could be, the next event might be really awesome. And I don't think it's worth giving up on a game just because it's not like going perfectly and smoothly. I think this game has been going pretty well for the first few weeks, and like I'm not planning to quit on it just yet. I feel like myself, I do feel myself slowing down. Like I don't want to be doing Shadaloo City like every 2 days. I don't want to be doing like all this PvP battles like every day. There's like 3 different PvP modes. I don't want to be doing that every day, so I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I, for now, I'm going to keep doing it, but I don't think I'm going to keep going 100% with everything. I'm just going to play this game the way I can enjoy it and have fun with it, and I'm not going to be too upset if I don't get everything. It's designed to make you want to get everything, and you're not going to be able to get everything without paying like literally thousands of dollars, and I'd rather not pay thousands of dollars just to enjoy a game. Alright guys, so yeah, I think I talked about it enough. So hopefully there's something in what I said that can help you figure out for yourself if you want to keep playing this game or not, or if you're going to keep enjoying this game. I, for one, am definitely still enjoying this game. There's a lot of things to enjoy about this game, not necessarily just getting this unit. And actually, one more thing I wanted to talk about is I think it's really cool. Actually, I probably have to spend money to do that, but I think it's really cool how you can attack different parts of the dragon's body, and it sort of just depends on what element fighters you have. Certain element fighters are going to do better depending on what you're attacking, and I think that's going to be good. So I think it's important to think about that when you get your Ken, your free trial of Ken. Make sure you use him appropriately with the right teams and everything, and booster damage and everything like that. And then this damage dealt by attack and support fighters plus 60% damage dealt by assassin and balance fighters. So that's pretty cool. There's another way to kind of increase your damage if you kind of just think about what teams you're going to use. So attack and support fighters, so attack fighters, but not assassin fighters. So you kind of have to figure out what's the best team. I think that to me is pretty cool that there's like a little bit of strategy to it. There's a timing of when you use your Ken, the elements that you want to use. Technically, it's probably better to use the Ken like towards the end of the event. And then there's also some strategy as to when the dragon is buffed and you get the rage mode, and there's more attack power from the dragon, but you get more bonus points. So, yeah, okay. I'm going to stop ranting, but I think there's a lot to kind of have fun with here in this event without getting too upset about the way you can pull for the Ken. Alright, so let me just end it there, guys. Thanks for watching if you watched this far, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.